Well, Stu's really feeling it today. I can tell by the way he's walking.
And it's only now that we're getting into Northern Ireland.
Unfortunately, I don't think we can get in. Jane's found a back route.
The estate's got 10 miles of trails, which is perfect for a wander. But we will not be doing those today. Welcome back to our channel. Now, after Stu's epic challenge yesterday, we have decided to take it easy for a couple of days.
That's killed me.
I don't know if I had that as an option.
We're currently in the County Kevin area, which borders Northern Ireland. And first we're going to get rid of half a bag of rubbish that we have accumulated.
Cardboard. Where was household waste, the next one?
Fortunately, they only charged us a couple of euros as we had such a small bag. And stupidly, we forgot to get rid of the bottles and jars, but we came across a recycling point at Bourneboy.
You're just saying it's unusual to see plastic bottles. This is the changeover of...
It's literally where they signed them. So now it's the national speed limits, the UK side.
And it's only now that we're getting into Northern Ireland.
We're in the north again. Don't know why I think we're always going to be the only ones here.
So we're just back in Northern Ireland at the moment, just over the border. We've come to a National Trust property. We're members, although it doesn't look like it's open, so we can just go around the grounds. The house isn't open, so we're just going to have a look around here. It's a sunny day, still chilly, and all my muscles are seized up a bit. So there's a kitchen garden. The house is open, unfortunately.
The kitchen garden is a good old size and it looks like it's used extensively, although it's early in the season, so it's not yet planted up.
It's bolted. Sprouts by the looks of it. Head gardener lived here.
With spring on the doorstep, the volunteers are out in force.
Good morning. Good morning. Beautiful day. Nice to see you all at work.
And it must be really nice to come together as a group and simply chat and make a difference.
We had a good stop off last night. It was by the road, so it took me a while to get to sleep, but then I slept. Once I went to sleep I was fine. Right by the lake there. This morning got up, I had to go empty some rubbish. It gets on your nerves after a bit, so we only had half a bag, but anyway got rid of it and recycling them. And on the way back there was a workhouse. Unfortunately it's shut inside. I think they're trying to do it up through voluntary. But it's a massive building. It's a bit like the one we found in the south of Ireland in our first trip that we did. When we travelled from Limerick to Rosslare, it was in the middle there. I can't remember the name of it, but the design looked very similar.
As Stu said, after dropping off the recycling at Bourneboy, we noticed this building just down the road.
There's some information boards down here. We might better go. So the design of that is like the one when we came to Southern Ireland, the family museum there. I'm assuming it was to the left was the women, the right were the men. Central eating area, children at the back, or something like a hospital if I remember right. Unfortunately I don't think we can get in, although Jane's just gone up a side entrance. found a back route. Probably not supposed to be here.
The workhouses are really interesting. I think they're applying for a grant at the moment to fix the roof.
It'll be the same design, it'll be the male. That's the male probationary, and then the female wing, and then there was the children, there was a hospital if I remember right, and then the central eating area.
I read online, I don't know, I think it was recent that this is the boys. And they're trying to, it needs a roof repairing. It's such a shame, such an important piece of history is being allowed to decay further. So the Born Boy Union was set up in 1850 and it was governed by a board of guardians. The guardians levied a rate on the union and used the proceeds to support the workhouse. A destitute person could come and live in the workhouse, but discipline was strict and diet was limited to discourage all but the most needy. So the workhouse officially opened in 1853, and I think it was over something like 65 years. And I think that's the biggest thing about these workhouses that we've seen time and time again, is that the conditions weren't that much better on the inside as they were on the outside, because they wanted to restrict who came in. They didn't greet you with a warm meal and a cosy bed, that's for sure. So the chapel here was in use till 1979. Not that hard to believe looking at it, but I suppose that's going back some years, isn't it?
And then we've just come on back into Northern Ireland to Florence House, just having a little amble around the gardens. Stretch my legs, get them moving again, and then we're going to go and do some washing today. It's wash day today, probably our last wash before we go home, so we're just going to do a bit of washing. Signs of spring coming. All the gardeners, volunteer gardeners out here, there's quite a few of them in the little wall garden there. Flowers, rhododendrons coming out. They're quite early actually. I thought they were a May flowering.
Florence Court is an 18th century gem, managed by the National Trust in County Fermanagh, Northern Ireland. Just 8 miles southwest of Inniskillen, this grand house sits beneath the Coolcar Mountain, surrounded by parkland, gardens and woodland. It was home to the Cole family, Earls of Inniskillen, for over 250 years, until it was handed to the National Trust in 1953. With a fresh wind, it's another day out for famous Red Jacket. The house is named after Florence Borchia Ray, wife of the original builder John Cole. But unusually, and we don't come across this often, no one knows who designed it. The estate's got 10 miles of trails, which is perfect for a wander, but we will not be doing those today. The blue sky is so intense that it feels like it's making a statement that the winter season is over. Our channel relies on your support, so please help us out by liking, subscribing and commenting.
If you want to support us further, we also have a Buy Me a Coffee link in the description.
Back across the border into the Republic once more.
Looks like he's delivering some blocks or something. He's been building houses there.
And as ever, we're taking a winding journey to our planned night stop, taking in the sights along the way.
Stu's really feeling it today. I can tell by the way he's walking.
A lovely little picnic area they've created. If you're this way, must be lovely in the summer.
And unfortunately, we can't avoid that washing anymore.
I only went in for water, come out with sausage rolls, chips, and a happy Stu. I was going to get us some cakes, but I realised we had some.
3 babies. It's 5, that's an odd number.
Yeah, it had to be 5. Well, it didn't have to be 5, but you get 5 for $3.50.
What are you going to eat? How many do you want?
I'll just have 2.
2 and chips?
No, the chips are between us.
Oh, I thought you were just having chips.
No, I just got some small chips just as a little bit extra. I don't know.
We've moved to our final park up in the Ballinamore Waterways car park. It's a nice little stop, and we're joined by other fellow travellers, which we always like. After washing, Harry, as usual, becomes the drying room.
Today's laundrette.
I notice they're mainly mine.
Yeah, well, it's a type of top, isn't it?
Yeah.
I could have put them in the dryer on one, but...
So these are the ones that don't tumble dry?
Yeah, actually, yes, these are, apart from 2, so it wasn't worth putting 2 on a low heat, so we just hung them up.
But with the sun out and a light breeze, it'll soon dry.
I've only used it a couple of times up until this trip, really. This stretchy washing line with all the pegs on, really useful, and you can move where the pegs are so they hold and they don't slip. There's these little
yeah, it's really good,
there.
yeah.
And I've just got it tied midway point onto the thing. So we just had the doors a real good through draft, actually.
Yeah,
we had the heater last time we did, but we're actually doing it with a bit of sun out there. We're doing it with a bit of fresh air.
Yeah, and Harry definitely needs a bit of fresh air.
A bit of air, yeah.
There's a useful toilet block on the car park, and whilst the clothes are drying, we take a walk around the town. And there's some really interesting now and then photos of the high street in the local pub. And who remembers these?
So you still of the opinion they're as good as hobnobs? I bet you say you... Oh, I'll have to look.
So I think hobnobs are 10 out of 10, and these are 9.5 out of 10.
There you go.
I think you're right, they're a bit denser.
They are.
A bit snappier.
Yes. Yeah, I agree.
But actually they're just as desirable to eat. I could eat the whole packet, so what I don't know is how much they are.
I don't know, I'll have to have a look.
Compared to hobnobs, so get it back to us.
I will.
Very nice. Oh, good. Milk chocolate.
Do you feel they're a bit drier? The oat is a bit drier?
Yeah, maybe, but it doesn't stop it being as...
Aldi biscuit, head of biscuits.
Yeah. It doesn't stop it being as...
No, it's just as nice.
Know, I'd still woof a packet of them.
Well, you would, yeah.
And if they're half the price, then...
Can you just run through what you've had for tea?
We had a...
No. What you've had for tea, not me.
Had the same.
No, we haven't.
Apart from that, we've had the same.
We did, yeah.
So for tea tonight, we had really a bit of a repeat of yesterday. It's the same as the burger. The only thing is we replace it with small sausages, which are really nice. They're only 99 cents.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, they were. Yeah. They were less than €1. Yeah. I don't think that's a good sign.
No, but they're okay. They're good. And then we had a great big raspberry
and apple pastry. Aldi.
It's like a big swirl pastry, followed by half a bar of Cadbury's chocolate.
And then we parted ways.
Then we parted ways. Jane stopped, and I carried on with a couple of oaties.
There was only 2 left, to be fair.
Because Jane had ate the other half of the packet yesterday when I went for a walk on my healthy part.
Yeah. Anyway, we're not going to starve, are we?